Yo, yo, yo. Just give me a second.
What's good, my folkers? What's good? Snap Turtle coming at you with another video. Getting off work late. Working into the night. My favorite shift, the second shift. Doing some lighting at a high school.
Proceed about 8/10 of a mile to Figueroa Street.
Being handy. Very valuable. Very valuable. You know, I was in the Army for a number of years. And before that, I went to Job Corps.
Right turn onto Figueroa Street.
And in Job Corps, if y'all familiar with that, Job Corps is for like troubled youth who have issues with completing high school. They got in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I went there after a youth camp. So I was into some bad shit, you know, for a couple years there. And, you know, I was in some bad shit long before that, but my mom's finally got fed up, sent my ass on my way.
Next right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then left turn.
Sent my ass on my way.
I-110 north.
And, you know, being put out the house at 16, you know, basically fending for myself because I constantly got kicked out of group homes, you know, for you know, getting into it with the young ladies, you know, they would feel me, they was feeling me, real talk. Girls really didn't start liking me until I was like 16 years old. I was always that chubby, quiet, introverted kid, you know what I'm saying, that everybody clown. It was all good. Flipped it on their ass. I became handsome, you know what I'm saying? I grew into my handsomeness, actually. I was always handsome. I just grew into it.
Onto I-110
you know, started working out
north.
on my own terms. And I found the value of physicality at the ripe age of 16 because I had to be physical. Because I was thrown to the wolves. Even though I went to a group home, you know, a state-sanctioned group home,
I-110
you know, it wasn't like, okay, my mom didn't drop me off on Skid Row with a stick in a bag, but, you know, I was pretty much on my own because even though you had curfews, you had these rules, if you broke the rules, it wasn't nothing for them to kick you out. I got kicked out of my first group home for getting caught in the shower with a chocolate young sister, you know what I'm saying? And we was doing what we do.
Continue on I-110.
I just got put out the house, the group home. It was a nice house too. It was like a 2-story, 5-bedroom home. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. It had a nice backyard. We were doing activities every day. It was really a nice little spot. But I had a problem with authority. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And be able to come home at night and crash my head. It didn't work like that for these group homes. So I got put out on the street. Now, this is the thing. When you're in a group home system, all right? It's not like a foster home system. You're too old for foster care, right? No one wants an honorary ass 16-year-old coming to their house, honorizing. Nah, you had to go to these group homes. 16 years old, it's too late. So, once I got kicked out of this first group home, I was on my own. Got put out on the street. That's how it works. You got to go find your own group home, another group home to get into. And
north.
My ass, I wanted to be in a group home that was co-ed. because I could not fathom being in a house full of niggas. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like I loved women, I loved girls, so I had to be around them. And so, there were a few group homes with Coed that were Coed, and once you get into the group home system out there, you hear little rumors about these different group homes. Some of them are great, some of them are like raggedy, and the counselors are pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Counselors are fucking the kids. I fucked. I got into it with this one counselor. She was like 22, 23. I was 16. That was like the third group home I went to, and she was the night counselor. And yeah, we we got it in a little bit, and then I got it. I got it in with another young lady who was my age. We got into it, and they found out. That was it. I had to get out of that one. Matter of fact, we used to sneak out at night. So the night counselor that I was getting it in with, I would leave with a couple of other dudes and a couple of the chicks, and we go hang out in Hollywood, because that's where these group homes were. We go out in Hollywood, we hit the streets, and we wanted to get some money, so we did what we had to do to get some money, to do some stupid shit, to get drink, to get cigarettes, get some weed, whatever we had to do. We would go get it. We would go get the money. I ain't gonna tell nobody how we got the money, but you know what I'm saying, we went and got it. We are lucky we did not get caught. But yeah, it is what it is. I was a bad little nigga. I was bad. And being put out on those streets, that was my world. I was at home in the streets. I was at home in the streets. I loved the freedom. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to work for money. I had to do something for the money. I had to put in the work, Let's just say there were people we knew was getting that money, and we wanted it. All right? Me and my little crew. Had a small little crew. The homie Leonard.
I-110.
He was big 6'4" nigga, you know what I'm saying? I was like 5'11", but I was big bone, you know what I'm saying? And the chicks that we were hanging out with, there was, one of them was MS-13. The other one she was hood too. We saw people was getting money. We got that. We wanted some of that too. We wanted to get it. And let me tell you, man, that's when I figured out that working with my hands was a great thing. Being handy in all things. Man, we were so lucky. The reason we never got caught is because the people that were whose money was missing could not go to the police and say, hey, look, my money was missing. Let's just say that. It just couldn't happen. And then we was straight retarded. We would go to the same music store, the same music warehouse. We would go there damn near every day and steal CDs. The same motherfucking music warehouse damn near every day we was taking CDs. I don't know, man. It was just dumb. And I remember one time, oh man, we had this big chick that we eventually caught up with. So eventually we had a crew. I had a crew that we would go from group home to group home. And we got to this one group home and we were just building up the crew. And then we had this chick from Inglewood family. Her name was Bam Bam, big chick. Big chick. Man, we was getting lit off that E&J. We was getting lit off that E&J, that Irk and Jerk. And we had a little blunt, you know what I'm saying? We had a couple blunts. We was getting it in. Oh, man. Oh, shit, man. We got so lit. Now, Bam Bam was huge, all right? She was twice my size, my nigga. And, but we drinking, like we getting lit. And it was, back then it wasn't no problem sending a grown-up into the liquor store to get us some liquor. So we was getting lit. And we walking down the street, we mobbing, you know what I'm saying? Wearing Pendletons. I don't know if y'all know about those, man. The Pendletons. Big ass plaid jackets, puffy and shit, just mobbing down the street. And all of a sudden, I think Bam Bam shit was laced though. Her shit had to be laced. Because all of a sudden she started wigging out. And she was running down the street talking about, my leg's on fire, my leg's on fire, my leg's on fire, waving her arms around and shit, acting crazy. Oh man, that shit was hilarious, my nigga. Oh man. Woo, stories of the group homes, boy, I got a lot of them. You know, I got a lot I can tell without divulging too much. That was one of the stories, man. She was running down the street talking about my legs on fire, my legs on fire. People looking at us like we crazy. We laughing at her and shit. That's how cold we was. We was laughing at her. How just it was, oh man. Those were the times though, man. I had great times. It was a good time. You know? One thing though,
in 2 miles, the
about me,
on the right.
I would rather get drunk than high. Because every time I got high, at that age, I was always fucking paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I was itchy. Like my skin got all, like, it was weird. Like it was just hot and sticky. I felt sticky. And I was uncomfortable. So I would take a couple puffs, but, you know, I would drink a lot. Oh man. Oh man. It was lit. Man, we did some things, boy. I tell you what, Bobby. But so yeah, that happened. It's just a lot of stories. And then Tupac died when I was in this one group home called LAYN, LA Youth Network. LAYN. It was right there on Gower, Ivan or whatever. Gower and Ivar or something like that. Right there, right down the street from Roscoe's, the OG Roscoe's, right there in Hollywood. And we used to see LL Cool J used to go stop by there with his bodyguards, and he would say what's up to us. But every time, the motherfucking bodyguard reaching in their coat, you know what I'm saying? Ready to pill it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no heat, you know. We didn't have no whistles.
Next exit on the right, and then
we was working with
turn.
what we was working with. We was working with melee. I'm gonna say that. We couldn't get a hold of no heat. We never tried. You know. But anyway, yeah. You see LL mobbing down the street, going to Roscoe's, talking about he ain't going back to Cali. No, I don't think so, nigga. Nigga, you was in Cali every day. Talking about you don't think so. Nigga. Anyway, so yeah. And then, oh man, we got to another group home, and that's when the drama started, man. That's the group home. Old girl broke my pinky. We was wrestling around this Hispanic chick, she loved your boy. Oh man, she couldn't get enough of me, and she was always trying to get me to smash. And I was like, I don't know about that, because I was messing with this chick named Tiffany, and she was on it too. I mean, she was clingy, jealous. You know, she didn't like chicks talking to me, and she wanted to be fighting broads. And this chick, you know, she trying to wrestle with me and shit, playing around. And I get to wrestling with her, you know what I'm saying? And she's like,
2 miles.
she ain't wearing no bra,
Cimarron
you know what I'm
Street.
saying? She ain't wearing no panties. She's making me touch her down there and stuff. It was crazy.
Next right, and then right
Yeah.
turn.
Like I was saying, my girl came out, saw us playing around, and then like old girl had my pinky, and I
In 4
twisted
tenths
to
of a
look at
mile, left turn onto West
my girl,
Martin Luther
and
King
then
Jr. Boulevard.
snap, my pinky broke. And I picked my hand up, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, the fuck? It was hanging down at some weird angle. I'm like, you broke my motherfucking pinky. And she was just laughing. Anyway, I was supposed to be talking about something else, and I got into some reminiscing. Oh well.
Left turn ahead.
Damn, how the hell? Well, this video was supposed to be about being handy, man. It was just, you know, that's a lost art. You know, the youth, for the youth. Used to be, in high school, you had woodshop class, you had all these classes where you can work with your hands. You learning to build, you learning to woodwork and all that shit. Just no more, man. Being in the army, getting out the army, and
Southwestern Avenue.
yeah. So as a tow truck driver, you know, you towing cars, doing jump starts, changing tires, and let me tell you, man, the amount of grown ass men that did not know how to change a fucking tire was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like, and it baffled me, because before I went into the army, you know, niggas knew how to change tires and change brakes, do oil changes, all this other shit. They were playing in the yard. They were driving. They were riding down the street in their bikes with no helmets on. And then I go into the army. It's like I stepped into a fucking wormhole or something, into a parallel fucking universe where men did not want to use their hands and do shit and work and be physical. I was embarrassed for manhood driving these tow trucks and seeing they little ass cars and they little ass motherfucking tires. Like, you can't pull a tire out of the fucking back. Now, I didn't complain. You know, these cats give me tips sometimes. You know, you help them out. You talk to them a little bit. You know, don't make them feel too bad about not being able to change a tire. Don't even complain about it. You know, they give you a nice little tip. You know, and that's how that worked. But you know, it's just, man, come on. I know, even you millennials, I know. I'm not a millennial, though. Don't put me into that bunch. Not a millennial.
Avenue.
Men, come on. Y'all have to learn how to be handy and use your hands. All right? It's important. It's important. I mean, because you have to be able to have a mechanical mind and apply that to your hands, because one day these service people are not going to be available to you. All right, and you're gonna have to figure shit out on your own. And if you're in your 30s or in your 20s and you don't even know how to use a pair of channel locks or hammer a nail, what good are you going to be? You know what I'm saying? You can't build a doghouse. You're useless. If you can't build a doghouse, you can't do anything that would be it's just you'd be useless. You know? I mean, you have, if you can't fight, if you don't train, if you're exercising just to exercise, just to have a bunch of muscles, and to be like, what are you doing it for? Okay, so you can CrossFit, right?
Left turn ahead, and then right turn.
Fucking parkour and all that shit. You can do that, right? But you can't change oil. You know, you can't. You don't know how to nail a stud into the sole plate. You know, toenail that bitch in. Can't change a spark plug on a Chevy. What good are you? Okay, you can flip and jip and roll and twirl and all that shit, but you can dance, you can do some head spins and some handstands, and you can walk on your hands and all that shit. But I mean, yeah, that's all well and good. I mean, if you running from the ops
Half of a mile, right
and you
turn
gotta jump from roof to roof like a motherfucking Spider-Man, okay, yeah, all right. I guess there will be some use for you. You could be a runner. Shit go down and conditions break down, and the grid goes down, and we have to live in the urban sprawl or in the land, living off the land, and we need some good runners that could swing from tree to tree and all that shit. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then
you'd be some use. Okay. Go run and go run and do this. Go run and do that. Some of y'all can't even do that. I ain't gonna lie. I can't. I can't parkour. But I'm good with these hands in many ways. That's what matters to me. I can strategize. I know good tactics. So where's your value? That's really what this video is all about. And it also has to do with the attack against masculinity, the attack against manhood. Because we are getting used to having so much done for us that we can't figure out how to do shit ourselves. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
Proceed about 0.4 of a mile to your destination.
I was talking to the foreman, and he mentioned how there was a late young woman, an apprentice,
of a mile, your destination
who was out producing pretty much all of her male counterparts. All right, she was an apprentice, and she was out producing.
Your destination is ahead.
Freaking journeymen. All right, male journeymen and apprentices alike. She was getting it in, and I told him I knew an apprentice, a female apprentice, who was doing the same thing. I said she was smoking everybody but me. Everybody but me.
Arrived at your destination. The route guidance is
It was
now
crazy.
finished.
It was crazy. And that just proves I think it's just we're lazy. Men are just being lazy. Yeah. Look, I'm just saying we got to start being more handy as men. Like we got to put our hands to something. Take up a project. All right. Go on YouTube. You can learn a lot of shit on YouTube. All right. Set it up. Learn how to change a tire. Learn how to build a bench. All right. Just for fun. Put them. All right. It's important. Really important. You know, build that dexterity. You know, go to a gym. Not just don't 4 hour fitness and push ups and weights, man. Go to a Muay Thai gym. Go to a boxing gym. Go to whatever. Go fucking a BJJ gym. Krav Maga, whatever. Don't just fucking sit there at your computer and type all day. You know, come home. You go to work, you type. You come home, you type. You know what I'm saying? You got tech neck now. You're fucking hunched over, doing all this shit. Man, put them hands to use. You know what I'm saying? You can be a techie and know how to use them hands. All right? Because many of you people are valuable. You're valuable to the cause if you know how to use those hands. I mean, if you techies, you know, you have that fine motor skill, that fine. There's something about y'all. You're wired different. You know, the millennials, they're good with them computers. You know, and shit hits the fan. Computers are gonna be useless, but you know, you might be good doing some fine electronic work. You know, I've done some of that too as an electrician. I've done some fine wiring. You know, some electronic shit, some low voltage shit. You know, that could be valuable in the future. You know, but you got to know how to use those hands though. You got to be able to get dirty. You got to get dirty every now and then. All right, it's very important because, nigga, come on, man. We already got so much shit working against us, trying to effeminize us as men, you know, and we're losing what's valuable to be a man, to be able. Cause see, listen, the fact is, most females or most tow truck drivers, I have not seen nary, and I had a 2 year career as a tow truck driver. Never saw a female tow truck driver because there's a lot of heavy shit you got to do, a lot of heavy lifting. You got to be able to lift some shit. And the fact of the matter is, men are stronger physically. That's just a fact. You know, nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not clowning. It's just a fact of life. So, women need us for that strength. You know, and these men are getting weaker, man. I mean, and then it's just we got our manhood is being attacked. Our heterosexuality is being attacked. Our young men are being programmed. All right, to not want women, to not want to have babies. Look at Jaden Smith and Tyler the Creator. You know, that's a pure distraction, but it's also programming. You know, Jaden Smith can go and suck dick and get his asshole spread open. You know what I'm saying? I can do the same shit. This is what our boys are growing up and seeing. It's disgusting. It is. You know. Listen, if you're homosexual, that's on you. But we don't need you to try to program. We don't need an indoctrination. We don't need homosexual indoctrination. We don't need it. That's all this is. That Jaden Smith shit, that's part of the indoctrination program to effeminize men. You know, this nigga been wearing dresses for years, and we knew he was gay. All right? You know, Tyler, the Creator, tried to come out for 2 years, and no one took him seriously. But we knew. Come on, man. Listen. You know, as men, we gotta do better. We gotta do better than that. Yeah. So look, I just made it home. Gotta get in the house, get ready for bed, kiss my wife. My baby's asleep, but yeah. So yeah, man, get out there, get them hands dirty. All right, get them hands dirty. It's all right. You can take a bath afterward. All right, get them hands dirty. Peace.